I should have otherwise known about, that I know nothing about. But it is the credentials behind it, it's the actors in it, it's Christopher Nolan directing. Because when we were gushing about the Silence trailer, I saw a comment, they're like, well, if it wasn't Scorsese, they wouldn't be this pumped. And you're right, it's the director sells the movie a lot of the time. Because of the director, I'm excited for that. Because of the director, I'm excited for this. And I want to see Nolan do a World War I.
No, this movie is World War II. This is World War I. It's World War II.
No, World War I? It's World War II?
World War II.
There we go.
The jury's out there. Oh, Steve?
Fuck it! We'll do it live!
Well, I'm always inaccurate, so that's not different.
Snap!
The horror of war. Whatever war it is, it's horrible. And I think actually this trailer is more of a setup trailer. That's how I look at it. I mean, you didn't get into the meat of any of the characters' storylines. You didn't really get to follow one specific character's journey through the story. My guess is it's going to be Cillian Murphy's storyline that we're going to follow. Or is it Cillian Murphy? Am I saying it right?
I heard Cillian. I said Cillian, and people ate me up.
Cillian.
Like, it's Cillian, I guess.
Relax, everybody. Cillian Murphy. I think we're going to get to know a lot of those characters, maybe, and follow one of them specifically in the second trailer. But this first trailer is setting us up, and also showing us some of Nolan's like trademark cinematography. That like you're locked down on a camera, you're banking. Certain shots were like they're just in every single one of Christopher Nolan's films. So his trademark shots are once again echoed throughout this trailer. I found it very exciting to see this first trailer, and I'm looking forward to the second.
And, when you think about it too, I mean, the movie is still 7 months away. It's still 7 full months away. There's a lot more marketing trailers, and they don't need to give us a story yet at this point, all that kind of stuff. So there's all that. And yeah, it is World War II. We should have included that by the planes. So it is a World War II film. Looking forward to it. All right, what's next?
According to The Hollywood Reporter, Suicide Squad director David Ayer will reunite with Margot Robbie on Gotham City Sirens, an all-female DC villains movie featuring Robbie's Harley Quinn, alongside the top female villains from the DC universe that include Poison Ivy and Catwoman. Ayer will direct and produce the project from a script by Geneva Robertson Dorette, the screenwriter of the latest Tomb Raider reboot. The same report mentions that Suicide Squad 2 and a Deadshot spin-off are also in development, with Sirens being the farthest along in the development process. No word on a production start or release date. John, what do you think about a Gotham City Sirens movie directed by David Ayer?
I try so hard every day to be positive and enthusiastic about the DC Cinematic Universe. I try so hard every day to look on the bright side. I'm one of the few guys in the world that I consider, Man of Steel not just to be a good movie, but to be a flat-out, awesomely fantastic, great movie. That's my opinion of Man of Steel. I like BVS. I like Suicide Squad. They had their major problems, but I'm always trying to look on the bright side. I'm always trying to figure out what they're going to do, how they're going to move this thing forward, and see that the light at the end of the tunnel. This is stupid. This is stupid. And once again, Warner Brothers, as far as their DC property, Warner Brothers is such a good studio. When you really look at their body, they're so good. Why they cannot get their act together with the DC Cinematic Universe is frustrating the hell out of me. Once again, we're seeing it goes, what's the plan for the DC Universe? Depends, ask me in the morning. And then the next day comes, now what's the plan for the DC? Who knows? Hey, we got these ideas for Cyborg, and we got Batman and Superman, still we're going to do Wonder Woman, and we got The Flash now, blah, blah. Great. Oh, some people paying attention to Suicide Squad? Let's do a Deadshot movie. Sure, why not? Oh, we're going to have Harley Quinn? Let's throw in Catwoman and Poison Ivy too, because that's what people are looking for. I don't get it. I'm getting towards my wit's end. I'm running out of the energy to try to be positive. I'm getting really frustrated. And the reason I'm frustrated is if I didn't give a crap about the DC Cinematic Universe, I just wouldn't care. I feel like if I find out they're screwing up the Power Rangers thing, which, who knows, maybe that movie would be good, but I'm saying, if we find out they screw up the Power Rangers universe, I'll just go, oh, okay, well, whatever, they took a shot and it didn't work. But I care about the DC Cinematic Universe. I care about what Warner Brothers does here. I want them to succeed, and I keep putting myself out there on this optimistic ledge that they keep pushing me off. And it's really getting frustrating. Get your shit together, Warner Brothers. Get it together. Get a clue. This is idiocracy. This is a bad move. When they first said, Harley Quinn, I tried to be positive about it. I tried to go, yeah, okay, sure. I liked her a lot. I liked her a lot in
Enjoy the hatred.
Let it flow through you.
It's flowing.
What do you think?
I think you're mean.
Christian,
I think you should keep talking.
I'm not going to get as upset as you did, but I tend to agree with you. I think that this goes back to the conversation we had the other day, where I was on board with DC putting Batman before Justice League 2. I think that was a good play. That was them kind of rearranging their strategy. I think this does play, right? It's what we were talking about the other day. The negative side is them saying, well, people really liked Harley Quinn. Let's give them that movie. Let's benefit off of that. Let's make all this money off Harley Quinn because that's what they like the best. What does it say for the narrative? To me, it says nothing. To me, I could be wrong. Wait until the movie comes out, and then we're like, oh, it actually does serve the story. It just isn't leaning that way so far from what they have put out there. I don't think that. I don't know if David Ayer. I love David Ayer. I love Fury was great. A lot of the movies he's done has been. I mean, I'm a fan of his. I didn't like Suicide Squad. I didn't like the tone. I didn't like the way it was set up or executed, and it doesn't give me a lot of courage. It doesn't give me a lot of hope here with this particular movie. So I don't know. I think that they're just grabbing characters that are popular and grabbing because you have. They also have very good relationships with both Margot Robbie and Will Smith. They did that movie before Suicide Squad, Focused, and they did this one, and now they want to keep those relationships. So they're Will Smith, it's like Oprah, you can have a movie, you can have a movie. So it is a bit discouraging.
Jeremy.
I gotta applaud you, John. After we all collectively screwed up the intro of this show, you brought us back on course right there. You focused it up, so thank you for that. I do disagree with you. If Power Rangers sucks, I'm going to cry in my Power Rangers pillow. Know that. But I do agree with you, and you've said it time and time again. And every time you say it, I'm like, I agree, but less, I'm less intense about it. But this goes to show that they are very reactionary. You're absolutely right about that. And so when this happens, I gotta give John a point. And I don't like giving you points, John. I like hoarding them for myself. But I agree that it's like, if you look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe, if we're going to compare them, the movies coming out all lead to a point of purpose. This is a case of like, well, people liked Harley Quinn, so let's just do that. I'd rather see Harley and Joker if you're going to do Harley. Just show us Harley and Joker because we didn't get enough of that. What people liked about Harley Quinn, also she bounced off a Deadshot. Her and Deadshot collectively were really good. So Harley Quinn is a good character with another character. What people wanted in Suicide Squad was more Harley and Joker, not necessarily this. Whatever the Gotham City Sirens. That I feel like that's toy marketing. Give us Harley and Joker instead.
Shep.
Yeah, I mean, I heard this news later yesterday, and I kind of, I'm not as emotional about it as you, but
No one can.
yeah, John gets emotional about certain things, but I hear what he's saying. I don't know if I echo it entirely, but I feel like they did a great thing this week, and they did a not so great thing this week. The great thing they did was like, let's hold off on Justice League 2, and let's get the Batman, because right now we don't have a movie of Batman in this DC cinematic universe. So far, he's showing up in other people's films. I think it's a waste of Ben Affleck. That's a waste of this character. And that's what all of us really want. I mean, when I think of DC comics or films, I think of Batman. Then I think of Superman. Then I think of Wonder Woman. There's a list that goes in my mind. And Harley Quinn and those other characters they're not at the bottom of the list. They're like maybe 17, 22 or something low down there, but not on a list of 1,000. Whatever. We're not going to say I want the Creeper to be the next movie. They're like, we're doing Steve Ditko's The Creeper. People be like, what is that? At least Harley Quinn does have some form of box office now, and I do understand what they're doing. They're like, look, we did Suicide Squad. A lot of people didn't like it, but it made more money than Deadpool. It made more money than Deadpool. That's a lot of money. $735 million is a lot of money. So it's a business. They're like, look, more people want to see these further adventures of Harley Quinn. How do we do it? Do we do a solo film? Do we do Harley Quinn and the Joker? Do we just call it Harley Quinn? Do we try to figure out other ways to incorporate other DC characters? So I see what they're trying to do, but the way they're doing it is why the reactions are such, because it's a haphazard way of reacting. Marvel has done things by just simply calling, we're ending phase 1 and beginning phase 2. They're creating a way of letting the public know, oh, we're entering this other phase of take these chances, but they do it in such a way where it doesn't feel haphazard because they're making it like, well, this is our set pattern that we're doing. DC announced a ton of movies. Now they've changed a bunch of those movies. They've rearranged a bunch of those movies. They've also been very reactionary because of what the public's reaction was. Marvel has never been reactionary in any of their movies. They're like, hey, you might not know who Ant-Man is. We are going to show you why Ant-Man is really cool. Relax. Why don't you sit back? We're not changing anything, except, they had a problem with the directors. But other than that, I mean, Marvel's just, we're making these movies, and you're then going to see them. And we're staying to the course that we've laid out because we have someone in charge who's, got a bunch of people around him that know what's going on. I feel like because of everything, the kind of flip-flopping that's happened, I think what we're seeing right now that's coming out, to the public has been probably thought about months ago when Jeff Johns came on board, and they're trying to figure out what is their solid game plan. It just feels like there isn't.
It seems to me, I think that what the reason you bring up Marvel too, and again, I don't want to throw more flames on the fire. What Kevin Feige is clearly, he's got really edges to him, with Iger and Alan Moore. But he's the guy they say, go, do your thing, let us know what you have in mind, and he's the one that's kind of steering the ship. They throw Jeff Johns' name out there, but there's way too many cooks in the kitchen. There's, you got, whether it's Greg Silverman and Jeff Johns and whoever else is over there, there's too many people saying, dude, this trend, I worked in the Warner Brothers system. That's how it works. There's so many people throwing in information. It's like, back off. If you're going to trust in Jeff Johns, let him go. Let him do his thing. And then when it comes down, one or two people kind of come out and say, here's our notes. You got to have notes. That's the way studio systems work. You got to have involvement. That's what makes a good studio exec a good studio exec. That's why Bob Iger is Bob Iger. So I just think that you got to trust in it a little more and not just go for, they're putting the big movie star in there. They're taking a chance with trying to go for a Harley Quinn movie. They're trying to do this too. I think we all think it's not the best shot.
I want to echo though. Jeff Johns is in charge now, but it's
by himself.
He's the main person that he's running the boat, but it's like it's taken this long for all these changes to come out publicly. So
Yeah, I have my doubts. I think they're putting his name out there, but I have my doubts that Kevin Feige is the president of Marvel Studios. Period. That's it. Everything funnels through him. I don't think they're giving Johns that kind of control. And I never thought Johns was the right guy for that.
He's
but at
talking
least
about
he would be a guy. Sorry, at least he would be a guy. Whether it's him, or whether it's Affleck, or whether it's somebody else, get somebody who will have one coherent vision to guide all the other visions by. And if it's going to be Johns, let Jeff Johns do it. Let him do it. Don't just give it to him in name only. I think part of the reason I get so frustrated is not just because I care about the DC Cinematic Universe, but it's because I feel embarrassed because I'm constantly getting embarrassed by being the person who keeps trying to defend the stuff they put out, and then they start making decisions like this, and it does frustrate me. Just a point of fact, Deadpool did make about $40 million more than Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad made a buttload of money, around $742 million world, or $745 million worldwide. Deadpool about 780 something. But it made a load of money. Clearly people were interested and fascinated in the movie. I just think they're just going in such wrong directions. Where's the Cyborg movie? You took time and you took some hits. You took time to introduce us to Cyborg. You told us a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, that we're getting a Cyborg movie.
He's terrified.
I think it does now. I think they're terrified, and so everything is, once again, reactionary. Anyway, I can go on about this all day. What's next?
Universal Pictures has announced that the launch of the Fate of the Furious trailer this past Sunday was a record-setting event. In the first 24 hours, the trailer debuted with 139 million views, breaking the previous record of 127.6 million views set by the Beauty and the Beast trailer last month. Straight Outta Compton's F. Gary Gray directs the movie that puts Vin Diesel's Dominic against the very same family he's protected over the past 7 films. It's set for release on April 14th, 2017. Jeremy, are you surprised to hear that the Fate of the Furious debut of all time?
I'm shocked. Who knew? Basically, this is how you can see it. If I don't do a video on the trailer, it's going to crush online. Those are my decisions. That's my business decision. That's my business space right there. Sorry to Mark Ellis for the fact that this is going to be the one that crosses $200 million, not Beauty and the Beast. I knew that they were fun movies. We all agree that they're fun movies, but having the biggest trailer debut in a 24-hour period absolutely does shock me. I didn't think it would come close to that, especially if you look at what hasn't hit that mark, all the huge movies that have not hit that mark. Yeah, I'm shocked shocked? Am I crazy for being shocked?
No, I'm shocked too. Like, look, Fast and Furious has been on a roll. I expect it's going to do very well. I expected a lot of people to watch the trailer. I did not expect it to do these kinds of numbers. I am kind of shocked by it, actually. Like, part of me thinks maybe Russia was tampering with the view numbers. I mean, I don't know. Could be the case, but I am surprised. I mean, look, I'm one of the guys on this panel yesterday who said I liked the trailer. I got a kick out of it. I had a lot of fun with it. But am I surprised? I am absolutely surprised. Christian?
I'm surprised when you think about it. Should we be, because the last one made $1 billion. Nobody thought the last one is this. There are certain franchises that every once in a while have a certain magic about them, and they tried to do it with Jack Reacher. They tried to pull that magic that Mission Impossible had, couldn't do it. They're going to try to do it with Triple X. It won't happen. But the Fast and the Furious, they have this kind of magic potion that keeps people interested, because it's what you said the other day, George. How much fun these movies have. No, they don't take themselves seriously at all. They've almost become superhero movies. They really are. How ridiculous that last trailer is with the submarine, which I love. The submarine of it. And people they care about this franchise right now, and it's become an event. It's become a thing. And so, yes, it's shocking that it is the most viewed trailer of all time. But I'm also not shocked that many people are interested.
The Fast and the Curious. That's the next title for your $1 billion franchise. You know what? Yeah, I'm shocked that so many people watch it, but I watched it. I laughed.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, they're going to go this way, because they're coming out of such a tragedy. Now having that kind of fun, like hey, look, we are a family. What? Vin Diesel's the bad guy, and he's hanging out with Charlize Theron with dreads. It's so stupid. I mean, but at the same time, it's so enjoyable and dumb. Like, yeah, the submarine thing is like, go outrun him with the big. It's just so. I can't wait to see it. I have my own.
Isn't it a fair criticism to say, or maybe it's not even a criticism, is it fair to say that other than who the supporting actors are in them, that the Triple X trailer and the new Fast and the Furious trailer are basically indistinguishable between the two? Like, the franchises, they look complete. Like, the that Triple X trailer, minus, Chris and The Rock, you would think that's a Fast and Furious trailer.
Triple X is the 99-cent version of Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that's why I made that joke about a Fast and Furious and Triple X crossover.
I would say it's the extreme sports, even though everybody hates extreme sports now. It's the extreme sports version, because they're like, I'm skiing down in the
That's
jungle.
where it came from, when it all was super popular. That's when the franchise started.
All right, guys, listen, it is Wednesday, so it's time for us to talk a little bit of Rewind, brought to you by our friends at AMC Theaters. This is the segment of the week when we basically feel old, because we talk about the films that turned 10 years old this week and the films that turned 20 years old this week, celebrating their 10th anniversaries this week. Dreamgirls is 10 years old. Charlotte's Web, that horrible Aragon movie, and The Pursuit of Happiness is 10 years old. I cannot believe, other than Charlotte's Web does feel like it was 10 years ago.
Aragon 2 was really good, but that's right, they never made it.
And then the film's turning 20. Jerry Maguire, Help Me Help You, turned 20 years old, and Tom Cruise looks like he's about 3 years older than he was in that movie. Mars Attacks turns 20 years old, and The Preacher's Wife turns 20 years old. Schnepp, out of these, 7 films, which ones really stand out to you?
Well, I mean, I love Charlotte's Web. I love the cartoon version. I love this version.
Yeah.
They're